knockdown. And Lenny McMillan, the manager on the side there, along the ropes, is asking for Mike Dejohn to get a rest. And I believe he will. I'm going to ask Don Asbury to come over here and explain this, if I can. Dejohn was not floored. He was wrestled over the ropes. And now we've got a melee in the corner of Dejohn, and Asbury is getting Chuvalo back to his corner. Now we've got plenty of excitement. Here comes Bob Evans into the ring. I don't know if you can see him. He's the board of control man. The fellow with the glasses with his back to us is talking to Lenny McMillan, the manager of Dejohn. We'll have to find out if this is ruled a deliberate foul. Now Ted McWhorter is in. He's the trainer of Chuvalo. Lenny McMillan is claiming that Dejohn should be ruled a winner. Don Asbury is giving Dejohn a minute rest on his own. Don Asbury. Don Asbury is talking to the commissioner. Going to be ruled a deliberate foul, I'm sure, on the part of Chuvalo. I can't get a ruling just yet, but I will. And they are giving Dejohn a rest because he was pummeled to the canvas when not in a position to defend himself. Now, I'm going to try to talk to Don Asbury if I can. Hey, Don! Oh, I guess I can't talk to him yet. Bob? What is the ruling on this? Is Bob Evans, the commissioner. What is the ruling on this?
There was an illegal blow struck while the man was backed over the ring, and we gave the opposite fighter a chance to rest and come back. Now, Chuvalo either puts the gloves on, continues the fight, or Dejohn will be awarded the fight.
Well, is Chuvalo refusing to continue?
He's going to fight right now. He's putting the gloves back on.
Okay, Bob.
We thought he was entitled to a rest, and that's by room.
Right. Thank you very much. Well, you had it, folks. Still 46 seconds left in round two, and they seem to be taking the gloves off Chuvalo. If they do that, they will probably forfeit the bout. Now let's see, maybe they're putting him back on. Oh, we haven't run into a situation like this in quite a while. The only thing comparable we've had on the fight of the week was the Emil Griffith, Jorge Fernandez fight in Las Vegas when Fernandez ended up on the canvas, and the fight was finally awarded to Griffith because Fernandez was not able to continue after a rest. We were watching the referee and the doings in Dejohn's corner, and apparently they took the gloves off Chuvalo, and now they are busy putting them back in with new laces. To get the gloves off a boxer, as a rule, they cut the laces off, so they had to send out for a new set of laces, which are now being put on in the corner. Now there we see the corner of Mike Dejohn with Angelo Dundee talking to him, and Mike coming over near us. Mike was caught in a very unenviable position and draped over the ropes and finally knocked down while he was in no position to defend himself. And the foul is going to be charged. Here's an announcement. It's being announced that Chuvalo thought the fight was over and they took his gloves off. But it is not over. Chuvalo will be penalized in that round for committing the foul. It is up to the referee, Don Asper, to decide how many points will be lost by Chuvalo in this round. The round will be scored 5-3. Is that right, Bill? I'm talking to Bill King, who's promoting this fight. 5-3 in favor of Dejohn, regardless of what happens from now on. Except, of course, if Chuvalo should score a knockout. There are 46 seconds left in this round 2, and we've had all sorts of fun. Get rougher, believe it or not. There's the bell ending round 2, and boy, what a round it was. It is automatically given to Mike Dejohn by a score of 5-3. Now we have the corner of George Chuvalo, and in the corner with him are his manager, Ed Trotter, is on the right-hand side, the stocky fellow. He's also a manager and trainer. Ted McWhorter, also a trainer, is with him, and he's in the center. And Freddie Dawson, a very good lightweight fighter, not too many years ago, is on the outside. Chuvalo was born in Toronto, Canada, September 12th, 1937. He lived much of his time in Detroit now. He shares it with Toronto. There's the corner of Mike Dejohn. Lenny McMillan is leaning over, whispering to him. Joe Nitro on the outside was with Carmen Basilio through all his fights when he was both welterweight and middleweight champion, and he's wearing the Lucky Basilio sweater. And the other man in there, of course, is Angelo Dundee. Here's round 3. Dejohn the black trump, Chuvalo in the white. Chuvalo may be weakening Dejohn with that body punishment. He digs that left hook in there pretty good. Don Asbury, the referee. Started out like a nice quiet evening, didn't it? Chuvalo's a rough customer, win or lose. One minute to go in round 3. Low bridge. Probably can hear Don Asbury saying, break it. throwing that left hand in there, Chuvalo is. Dejohn is boxing very nicely, by the way, for a big man. There's a good 1-2 by him. 10 seconds to go in round 3. There's the bell. Coming up to round 4 in the Convention Center in Louisville, Kentucky, Mike Dejohn of Miami in the black trunks, George Chuvalo of Toronto and Detroit in the white trunks. Mike Dejohn is 6'3" and weighs 206.5. Chuvalo is 6'1", weighs 211.25. The 10-round bout. The pace of the bout is slowing down a little bit here in round 4. This has been a grueling bout all the way. There's the bell ending round 4. Incidentally, we've been talking about Bob Evans, the commissioner of the State Athletic Board of Control. There's Bob. He has been appointed the National Commanding General of the Honorable Order of Kentucky Colonels by Governor Combs of Kentucky. Also with us tonight, our good friend Duke Stefano from Madison Square Garden. Hi, Duke. Here's round 5. 10-round bout in the very beautiful Louisville Convention Center. Don Asbury, the referee, Mike Dejohn, the black trunks, George Chuvalo in white. There have been no official knockdowns in this bout, although Chuvalo caused all sorts of confusion in the second round when he draped Dejohn over the ropes and pummeled him to the canvas, and it was declared a foul against Chuvalo, and Dejohn was given time to compose himself. Don Asbury trying to get them apart. That's exactly where it happened in the second round. Chuvalo, as you probably noticed, has much shorter arms than Dejohn and has to get in close. Dejohn making good use of the left jab and the left hook in this round. One minute to go in round 5. Seconds to go in round 5. Chuvalo to the attack. There's the bell. Round 6 of a 10-round bout at the Louisville Convention Center. George Chuvalo of Toronto, the white trunks. Mike Dejohn, formerly of Syracuse, now of Miami in black. Dejohn down, and I don't know if he's going to make this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and he has gotten up. The referee asked him if he's all right. That's the first real knockdown of the fight. Dejohn is down again, but I don't think they'll call that a knockdown. The referee's helping him up now. The other corner is complaining, and he is taking the mandatory 8 count. It is a knockdown. John Asbury helped him to his feet and then started the mandatory 8 count. But Dejohn goes down again. He's out. 3 knockdown rule in this state. And there is Chuvalo trying to wrestle him down again. Oh, this has been a wild one. A real wild one. Dejohn is in real trouble. About half a minute left to go in the round. Dejohn trying to stay in there to weather the storm. Chuvalo is getting wild. 15 seconds to go. The round is almost over, and Dejohn fights back, and there's the bell ending round 6. And listen to the crowd. Next Friday, the fight of the week moves to Boston Arena for what promises to be another slugfest. A 10-round middleweight bout between Florentino Fernandez and Joe DiNucci. Fernandez lost a split decision to Gene Fullmer 2 years ago in one of the outstanding title fights of recent years. He was battered by a bad nose last year, but following surgery, is now on the comeback trail. This year, he's KO'd 4 out of 4, including Jose Torres, Randy Sandy, and Julio Nunez. 29 of his 35 wins have come by knockout. He has lost 6. DiNucci is a weighed-in type of slugger who outpointed Joey Giambra on TV last spring. He has won 36 out of 43. Florentino Fernandez versus Joe DiNucci next Friday on the Fight of the Week. Here's round 7. Chuvalo is now pulling away. Dejohn down twice in round 6. Dejohn had an early lead through his own boxing ability and through a combination of circumstances. In the second round, when Chuvalo fouled him and lost the round by a count of 5-3. The 5-point must system here is in Louisville. The knockdowns scored by Chuvalo in the last round were the only official ones of the fight. Round 7 about half over. It's a 10-round bout. Chuvalo, the white trunks, Dejohn in black. Don Asbury, the referee. It has been a grueling bout all the way. They're in Dejohn's corner. 1 minute to go in round 7. Commissioner Bob Evans has gone over and is cautioning Lenny McMillan, the manager of Dejohn, about coaching from the sidelines, which is not allowed here in the state. Been an exciting evening all around, hasn't it? Big right hand there by Chuvalo after Dejohn scored one. Chuvalo could be getting a little arm weary. He's keeping his arms down now. Could be tired. He's taken a lot of punishment. 10 seconds to go in round 7, and he has thrown a lot of punches, many of which have missed. There's the bell. Coming up to round 8 here in the Louisville Convention Center, Mike Dejohn, the black trunks, George Chuvalo in white. There have been 2 knockdowns officially. Chuvalo had Dejohn down and in real trouble in round 7, but Mike got out there in round 6, rather. Dejohn came back a little in round 7. Round 8 of a 10-rounder. Chuvalo is obviously getting tired now. Well, that doesn't mean that Dejohn isn't tired. He's been tired too. Dejohn seems to be having trouble seeing out of his right eye. He's blinking it. Yeah, Mike is blinking the right eye. About a minute to go in round 8 of this 10-rounder. Time running out in round 8. There's the bell. Let's take a look at Mike Dejohn as they ministered to him with just 2 rounds left in the fight. That's Angelo Dundee talking to him. Joe Nitro rubbing the back. Lenny McMillan, his manager and trainer, also talking to him there. It's been a rough one. It was a beautiful day in Louisville. It's a beautiful night, but it's rough here in the convention center. On the right-hand side, of course, is George Chuvalo with Ted McWater talking to him. Ed Trotter, his manager, on the outside. Ted is the trainer. And Freddie Dawson, whom you remember as a fine lightweight fighter a few years ago, is scrubbing the back. There's Freddie leaving. Round 9 of this 10-rounder. Dejohn, black trunks, Chuvalo in white. Dejohn is 6'3", weighs 206.5. Chuvalo, 211 1/4, is 6'1". At least that's what they were this morning. They've probably lost 10 pounds apiece tonight. Don Asbury, the referee. That's Chuvalo with Dejohn against the ropes, and Dejohn gamely fighting back. It's Dejohn coming on again. If this bout goes the limit, there will be plenty of controversy over the decision. You can bet on that. 2 knockdowns were scored by Chuvalo in the 6th round. 1 minute to go in round 9. And he had Dejohn draped on the ropes and down in the 2nd round. But it was a foul against Chuvalo for the way he knocked him down, hitting him when he was unable to defend himself on the ropes. And Chuvalo lost the 2nd round, therefore, by a score of 5-3. under the 5-point must system. Dejohn slipped to the canvas over in his own corner with 10 seconds to go in round 9. That will not be counted a knockdown, of course. There's the bell. Tenth and final round here in the Louisville Convention Center. George Chuvalo of Toronto, Canada, 211 1/4, the white trunks. Mike Dejohn of Miami, 206 1/2, the black trunks. Chuvalo had Dejohn down twice and in real trouble in round 6. He fouled him to the canvas in the second round and lost that round 5-3. Chuvalo turned tiger again. Dejohn has gotten in some good wallops himself, though I don't think it's been one-sided. It hasn't. Could end up a fairly close fight on the books. Don Asper, the referee. Just about half a minute left now. Oh, this has been the roughest one we've seen in a long time. They brought Pier 6 to Louisville. Both fighters have shown very game, gritty qualities tonight. There's the bell ending the fight. It was a real rough one between Mike Dejohn and George Chuvalo, and we'll have the decision in just a minute. Scoring here in Louisville, the 5-point must, 5 points to the winner of a round, 4 or less to the loser. Chuvalo was penalized for fouling, roughing Dejohn to the canvas in the second round, in case you weren't with us, and the round was awarded to Dejohn by a score of 5-3. Chuvalo scored 2 knockdowns over Dejohn in round 6. It has been rough all the way, and it could be close. Now, that's just my unofficial opinion. There is Chuvalo. The ball was held up for some 10 minutes in the second round to allow Dejohn to compose himself after being battered to the canvas after he had first been sprawled on the ropes. Chuvalo looks like a choir boy when you just talk to him in person, but with those gloves on, he's pretty rough. Dejohn is pretty rough himself, by the way. We're waiting for announcer Claude Sullivan in the left-hand corner of your screen to pick up the cards from Commissioner Bob Evans. The commission is tallying the totals now. Meanwhile, after all this, Dejohn and Chuvalo are very friendly. Now we have the commission on the left going over the cards and Claude Sullivan bending down to receive them. Asbury is called over now. The referee, they have to question him about his card, apparently. One of the cards may end up a draw. At least I heard somebody say draw.
Hurry up, come on, hurry up. Come on.
Here it comes.
Referee Don Asbury scores the fight. Dejohn 49, Chuvalo 49, a draw. Judge Kenny Presley scores the fight. Dejohn 42, Chuvalo 47. Judge Tom Knuckles scores the fight. Dejohn 42, Chuvalo 46. The winner, George Chuvalo, by a split decision.
The winner is George Chuvalo by a split decision. Don Asbury voted a draw, and the judges Tom Knuckles and Kenny Pastor both voted for the very happy George Chuvalo being